Hello everybody and welcome back to Warhammer 40K. We are in the weirdest place right now. We had that cutscene cliffhanger kind of bit at the end there. And we're gonna go see what this dude is all about, because he scares the piss out of me, and I'm not gonna lie about that. So let's go ahead and step right into his domain here. Hello. How are you? Tervantius, the machine. Oh god, he scares me. Mort. Edelthrad? Wait, what? Hold on, okay, so Edelthrad is that's the other heir that we were going up against that died or whatever at the beginning of the game. And then Mort, I think, wasn't he he was by Theodora's side where he had the big flamethrower or the melta weapon, if I remember correctly. Oh, hold on. And then there's Conrad over here. Oh, and then Janris Danrock. Okay, this is getting weird. And then Theodora's in the cage. Okay, yeah. Oh, there's a hidden thing up here. I don't think I can get to that just yet. All right, well, I said we're gonna jump right in, and then I immediately got sidetracked. Ooh, another shiny over here. Okay. Oh, well, we'll just click on him. All right. Holy shit, look at this guy. Oh my god, what the fuck? He's got the... Okay. Can I keep this portrait up of him? No. Okay. Well, you can see right there on his nipple, he's got that big nipple ring that goes into a cape of flesh. Incredible. Amazing. His face is being bisected. Jesus Christ, what a terrifying figure. Giggle at the amusing stranger. Epic. Hilarious. The creature in front of you is a patchwork of skin stuffed with darkness, corruption, and sharp objects. Staring at you with its scalpel eyes, it grumpily remarks, "Such a disobedient specimen. You're still not dead? An anomaly?" Its foul, corrupt thoughts reach out to you, groping at your face. Don't grope my face, sir. Have a good day. I need help. But I see you will soon become a very obedient specimen. Convulsive spasms. Jesus Christ, I'm having one right now in my mouth. Hysterical reactions, come here. The creature pokes you in the chest. Its triangular fingernail easily penetrates your skin. A strange sound throbs at the edge of your awareness. A sound familiar to your own scream. Don't punch my dick. That hurt. A grotesque spider-like figure looms over you. Its limbs wave frantically, chittering and clicking as they rip something apart, then stitch it back together. And you realize its canvas is your flesh. The Xenos gaze is indifferent, and his low voice echoes through the room. The sample has been extracted. The specimen is alive. Body and mind expected to function within normal parameters, monkey. Oh, and look, everybody's here. Glado's here. I don't know who this is. Yurlet's here, and inside Solomorn, because she does not have that shield on her back, and then Abelard's right here. And then there's other people in the room that I didn't see before. We're gonna examine the Xenos. There's something fundamentally wrong with the Xenos' silhouette and its twitchy, abrupt movements. And it sets your mind reeling in disgust. Each of its mechanical tool appendages seems designed to be as sickening and horrifying as possible. So let's see, what happened to me? Are you Travantius? By the Emperor, I will make you pay for your profane experiments. I'm a rogue trader von Valentius, and I have not granted you permission to extract a single cell from my body. So what do I owe you now? I offer you my gratitude for saving my life. We're gonna ask what happened to me. The control worm in your nervous system detected my proximity. It signaled it was dying by injecting a lethal dose of hallucinogenic endorphins, or euphoriants, into your bloodstream. A resourceful individual. That thing in my head is your pet? The Drakari holds up a pale maggot. The same one you saw Marazai, his hands. As you watch the tool appendage perform a swift dissection, maggot's flesh bursts under the scalpel-like claw and blossoms into a disgusting slimy flower. The Xenos' slow manner of speaking creates an unnerving dissonance with the frantic movements of his limbs. I grew this specimen for you, monkey. During your interrogation, it intoxicated your feeble senses to limit unnecessary resistance. What a curious experiment it was. I usually extract control worms from specimens posthumously. Humously. You possess some degree of bodily fortitude. Is it because my willpower is high? Because I sure as shit know it's not my constitution or whatever that this game's equivalent. Glance at the dissected maggot. Do you eviscerate everything you lay your hands on? You did a poor job training your pet if I was able to shake off its influence. I demand recompense for all the outrageous experiments you've subjected me to. Your vile arts are nothing compared to the will of the servant of the Emperor. You did bad, son. With a gurgling sound, the Xenos steadily moves his sharp fingers to your eye, closer and closer, almost touching, then stops with a sigh. Not now, perhaps later. We're gonna hype up the Emperor here. Hell yeah. Xenos lets out another nasty chuckle. Very well, specimen. When you are no longer useful, I will perform another test on you and prove it is not so. By the Emperor, I will make you pay for. Are you Travantius? You are absolutely correct, specimen. I am Travantius, the Arch-Mechanicator, Machinator, Haemonculus, and the conductor of this place that staggers the imagination and soul, my anatomical opera. So what do I owe you? You will serve me. Such is life in the spires. The Arbanian urged me to pay attention to your allegedly extremely gifted self, specimen. Let us see if you make a good tool. Same as you, little moth. The Xenos points a mangled limb to Irilet. I'm gonna try to pronounce her name differently. I don't know. It's been so long. I'm so used to saying Irilet. Irilet. Unless, of course, the darkness of Komorag burns you as fast as the others. She flinches. What does this mean, Haemonculus? Who knows, Asariani? Asariani? Who knows? The Xenos makes a chuckling sound. What exactly did this Arbanian, I guess, tell about me? You, Drakari, who who do business with a human? How remarkably open-minded. What do you want from me? What did he tell you about me? Xenos lets out a strange sound that almost resembles a scoff. This information should not burden your undeveloped mind. The Arbinian told me enough to give you the chance to enter my anatomical opera. That is all you need to know. You, Drakari, would do business with a human. Do business? The homunculus looks puzzled. I will do no business with you. I will use you. You survived a battle in the arena, which means you have uncommon parameters for your kind. You are a lesser organism, true, but the towering height of my wisdom makes it difficult to distinguish between your inferiority and the inferiority of most of your kin, of most of my kin. What do you want from me? You will return to the arena of the Fatal Thirst. You will kill a few of the witch's fosterlings for me. You might even spill the blood of one of the bloodstains proselytes? I don't know. Homunculus looks past you as he delivers his imperious speech. They are long overdue a small lesson in humility. They have forgotten their place. They lack respect. They do not appreciate my work. They fail to recognize my authority. Respect my authority. Still staring into the distance, he continues to list his grievances with maniacal thoroughness. Okay. Oh, hello, everyone. How art thou? Okay. Homunculus makes a snapping sound. Here comes the Abis and his fosterlings. The leader of the bloodstained proselytes has paid a visit to the anatomical opera. Take this opportunity to study them properly. They won't dare touch you here. Okay, so we got... What will I get out of this? Or will you commerce me into me the same as you do everyone else? Choke on your ichor, inhuman. I will not be complicit in your foul schemes. I do not serve enemies of humanity, but I never turn down the opportunity to kill a few Xenos. I'm afraid you do not realize with whom you are dealing. I am not a contract killer. I employ contract killers. Like these gentlemen and lady. I shall serve you if it helps me make my escape. No, I hire people. A sharp claw touches your chin, pierces your skin, finds an imperceptibly thin nerve. Your body convulses in pain. This response is unacceptable. Focus, monkey, or I will make you into either a rack or a divan on which I host orgies. Okay. Sounds cool. You will be far more useful in either of those forms. An inaudible yet deafening sound invades your mind. Your eardrums are ready to burst. The only sound you can hear is the Xenos' limbs chittering and his ice-cold voice. Abandon any illusion of choice. You will do my will, and if you stop resisting and start behaving like a good little specimen, you may eventually receive my help in escaping Komorag. You hear a shout and the sound of someone moving behind you, but the homunculus punches his claw directly at your eyes, and all goes quiet. The monster turns his gaze to your companions. Intervening would be inadvisable, servants. This specimen and I are having a conversation. I will kill whoever you want. Just stop, grab your weapon, away with you vile spawn. Silently endure the excruciating pain. I would rather die than serve an abomination such as you. We're gonna be stoic. We're gonna be cool, guy. Are you trying to be resilient? The Xenos smile grows wider. Do you wish to put my talents to the test? You have not the slightest understanding of who stands before you. I am the choir master of agony, a second claw, this one tipped with a thin and impossibly sharp needle, pierces your forehead slightly above the bridge of your nose, reaching through the bone as easily as through air. For a few moments, the needle wanders inside your brain, causing strange sensations throughout your body, and then you feel as if your bones of your skull have begun to contract, crushing your spasm-ridden brain from all sides like an ever-shrinking cage. The world becomes a swimming blur obscured by a veil of tears, and you hear a strange ringing from somewhere far away. Most likely, your drawn-out scream. Fine, we'll do it. Good specimen. He pulls his claws out of your flesh, and you notice a heavy drop of blood hanging from it. Very responsive to pain stimuli. 100 experience. Cool. Obedience will be rewarded. Take your crude gear with you. I abhor such technological banality. But a creature as undeveloped as you may find use of it. You hear one of the joints of Treventius's arms click. Once you are finished with this, go and look at the ones who will be your executioners when the time comes for you to die. Does he have all of our gear? Oh my god, he has all of it. Hold up. That certainly is all of it. What is this? Immaculate Servo Skull. It's designed to spread the glory and... Did I pick that up? I don't remember. Scribe Servo Skull? That I don't recall. No, the Scribe one I do... Kind of? I don't know. That's cool. I don't remember any of this shit, actually. I'm sure it's ours, but... Alright, well... Let's go ahead and collect everything. The sheer primitiveness of your technologies. Go, specimen. Deliver Terventius's message of blood to the arena witches. The homunculus gestures imperiously at the exit. I require your aid, homunculus. I would like to speak with you about a matter of my member of my retinue who was delivered to you. I wish to know more about you and your craft. No, we're going to ask about our colleagues. Which specimen in particular are you interested in? Cassia. My navigator Cassia was captured. Where is she now? The female with the exceptionally strong connection to the Veil, as well as a number of rare monkey mutations, most notably a third eye. I am studying the influence to complete isolation from the Veil and the outside world on the specimen's abilities, sanity, and physical condition. She no longer screams inside her reservoir, but she is certainly still alive. And I am not yet ready to conclude the experiment. What about Cabela? Yo, does she come down? Oh no, okay. Female specimen. Negligible Veil influence. Primitive notions of death. I disprove her views on cessation of existence by way of reanimation and uncomplicit manipulation of the mind. Uncomplicated manipulation of the mind, my bad. You may take your monkey servant, or however many of her there are in there. I intended to dispose of them all the same. Or however many of her there are left in there. The hell does that mean? Those from my retinue deserve better than be confined by you. relinquish them. Trementius gives you a look of confusion. Why would I, specimen? With a full escort, I would have better chances of succeeding and contributing to your plans. Press your weapon to the base of your own jaw. Unless you want to lose a valuable specimen, you will release my companions immediately. I will not stand for you keeping my companion captive. Do not try my patience, Xenos. Neil, I recognize your power over me and beg for leniency. I will find a way to free them, no matter what you do or say. Let's say with a full escort I can do it. Okay. Then find yourself other fighters. The chasm has enough prisoners, mercenaries, and gladiators. My specimens are not yours to waste. Do we go desperate measures here? Do we kneel to the Xenos? As much as Solomorn and Abelard are gonna fucking hate that with a passion, I think we do it. Trementius responds with a dervilish or disavil? I don't even know. Smile. You are so naive, monkey. You have been convinced by your impotent mind that I could be appeased by such demonstration of obedience. You should be on your knees whenever you are in my presence. Now get out of my sight. You fucking bitch. Not waste my time, specimen. I require your aid, Haemonculus. He arches an eyebrow. You forget yourself, specimen. Go and serve my will, and should I ever decide to show you favor, I will do so at a time of my choosing. We made a deal. You promised you would provide help. Do think of reneging on what we agreed upon. My success benefits you. It is reasonable for you to help me. Is there anything I can offer to repay a being of such brilliance for the attention he may graciously grant me? I see it appears that you are of no use to me whatsoever. My success benefits you. Waves you off with an irritation. If you are unable to make yourself useful, I would rather wait for you to die and find myself a better tool. You should be worthy of my attention, not a drain on it. Fine, fuck you. Does not react to your impudent remark, or more accurately, he does not seem to be listening at all. I offer my apologies for seeking aid without showing proper respect. What payment can I offer you for your invaluable time and attention? His smile is a strange combination of contempt and pleasure. Your paltry possessions do not interest me. If you had something that could intrigue a master sculptor such as I, perhaps a remarkable piece of organics, then I might grant you a few short moments of my time. If it is a sacrifice you want, artisan of flesh, and I am ready to offer myself as one. Yolette's voice vibrates, but she keeps her eyes locked on Trementius. Will you take my flesh? I will take more than flesh. I can extract something far more valuable from a single shred of your organics. The Haemonculus smiles unnervingly. This does interest me. I will not remove such much of her. Her functionality will not suffer. Accept your punishment, she is yours. No, you speak more of this. Why, Yolette? This will be a step upon the path of atoning for the errors of my past, Alontok. If my sacrifice will bring you closer to salvation, I will commit myself into the hands of this tormentor. No, we're not going to do that. She frowns and catches you a strange look, and you catch a strange look in her eyes, a mixture of sadness, relief, and shame. He shrugs, and a spark of curiosity in his eyes fades. I want to know more about you and your crafts. I am not in the habit of conversing with specimens. But if it increases your motivation to serve, what is your craft? An absurd question befitting your small-minded kind. The homunculi are artists of anguish and the masters of flesh. The delvers into unexplored sources of pain. The greatest among their people, my head holds a brilliant intellect. My hands command power over life and death. My body is the pinnacle of surgical discipline. Our minds hold the knowledge of hundreds of generations. Sure, buddy. You look so super smart. Are you aware of the beautiful vanity or variety of essences that can be extracted from the psychic energy of a dying sentient creature? Of the ways, shades of torment and methods of termination alter an essence's property? This is the great alchemy of death and transformation. Until this day, I could only dream of meeting such a wise and enlightened being. We're gonna do that. Succeeded. 16 points. Webway. The homunculus's limbs react with an excited clatter of blades. I have few equals in Komorag. My knowledge is vast, and it goes beyond the mysteries of flesh and essences. I have observed many dysfunctions where the destructive energies of the unreal erupted from here in the webway. I have studied that devastating force and learned to harness it. I have crafted stiflers. To keep the space around this spire intact, I have touched knowledge so ancient. He abruptly ends his speech, casts a suspicious look at you, and then snaps. It is not necessary for you to know this, specimen. Am I to understand that you are the most fearsome Drukhari warrior that are created by artisans such as you? Without a doubt, even the most skilled witches and mighty Kabbalites are outstripped by the pure destructiveness of our genius. Yet I long ago rose above the building of commonplace battle beasts. The monstrosities I create are unique, my last specimen. The Chotonos surpassed every trifle ever made by my rivals. I fed it elite warriors until it escaped and hid in the mangled sector. Oh, that's what it is. He made that thing. That thing that killed us and then we killed it. Okay. I would have caught it, but then a new idea drew my attention. At present, I am working on a grotesque of previously unknown power built from the most exquisite and exotic body parts from strong fighters. Specimen, should you ever see the corpse of a fine warrior or a mighty creature laying at your feet, cut out the best parts and bring them to me. Ooh, I shall find you some interesting samples. Morag Elantok. Do you not get enough monsters in this accursed city? Good, specimen, your cooperation will be rewarded. Why did I survive the interrogation to which Marazai brought me? Your body was given to me for disposal. It was thrown into the cesspit. The homunculus's low voice grows thoughtful. It is an anomaly that the specimen did not die. I must consider fitting the disposal chute with a shredding mechanism. She shakes her head. The Master of Flesh is twisting the truth, Alantok. Had the Arbinian not interfered with the Archon's trial, it is unlikely that anyone could have survived that questioning. So the Arabinian, is that the Harlequin guy? I think. Let's stop here. I found some materials. Are they suitable for your new monster? We got the pain converter, we got the arena beast claws, the reaver's talons, and the chameleon skin. Haemonculus digs through the chunks of flesh with the enthusiasm of a hungry vulture. Finally, he snaps. Good materials, good specimen, bring me more. I didn't get anything for that? After rummaging through what you have, he pulls out a fragment of flesh that's caught his eye. He splits off a piece of it, places it in his mouth, thinks a while, and finally concludes, curious. You've earned my attention, specimen. Speak quickly. Oh, okay, cool. So I can pick one of these. Hold on. So, I shall need equipment if I'm to kill your enemies. I met a monster in the mangled sector, a creature that could steal years off its victims' lives and mutilate their bodies. Are you able to heal that? My comrade Cyber Mastiff has been subjected to modification. Can you make him the way he was before? My condition has been rather grave since my arrival on Komorag. Can you mend my body? So, I can get equipment, which is a gamble, because we don't even know if it's good equipment. We can do whatever the fuck this is. I don't know if anybody was affected by that, actually. The Cybermath, getting him back in order. I don't know if... I thought he was good stat-wise, so I don't see a mechanical reason to do that. I also don't see a mechanical reason to do that for me as well, because of the fact that all the stats that I use were not impacted. Like, yes, my ballistic skill is shit right now, but I don't do a lot of damage with the sniper rifle, so it's not really a big deal for me. I was doing pot shots anyway. The sniper, I'm more about giving orders and delegating tasks. So I don't know if that would be extremely beneficial. So I will do the mystery option here. Are you able to heal that? His mechanical limbs start to wave with excitement. I recognize the mark of the Chantos' exquisite feeding. With an honor, it is for you to be the vessel of which my marvelous creation satisfies its thirst, and to give your modest life force, so may it be transformed by an energy converter. Fear not, specimen, it is within my power to reverse the effects of its touch. The Shanotos, whatever. It was an interesting experiment, one that could convert the life forces of its victim into fuel. But it was flawed. Disobedient specimen that escaped. It was a flawed, disobedient specimen that escaped. He glances at you mockingly. I do not recommend escaping, specimen. The pain from the transformation only stops after I inject the blocker, and I only do it at the end of the procedure. Do you wish to spend the rest of your existence with the sensation of your skin melting and your bones snapping? I don't know what that did. But we all leveled up from it. It healed all of us! Oh my god, it healed all of us. Yo, my boy. Alright. Except for his ruined bond. His reduced... Okay, so we're gonna... Shit. We're gonna actually level up here, because I don't know if I'm getting a stat boost from this, which I am. Okay. So I can take more persuasion. That would put me up to 205, dude. I mean, I guess we take it. Stronger together? What was my characteristic that I chose? Was it fellowship? Am I stupid? What am I looking for? Origin advancement, humanity's finest, fellowship. So I think I did take fellowship here. So we're gonna go ahead and take persuasion, and then this is +5. Yeah, humanity's finest. Okay, so that would just give everyone else, excluding Xenos, persuasion, or fellowship, I guess. Not really persuasion, but which would be okay for Solomorn, but I don't think that's necessary for anyone else. So, let's see here. Ready to serve, not really. You kill it? Servant kills a target that the noble dealt damage to last turn. The noble gains +1 AP next turn. That's not really a huge boost. Crossfire zone, using a stratagem on the front line area grants allies in the area 32% increased dodge against other allies' attacks. Fuck. I was just like, 32% increased dodge is crazy, but it's only for allies. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Enemies in the same combat tactics area with the Grand Strategist suffer a -8% penalty dodge and parry. That's not for us. We don't care about that. Personal combat zone. Allies gain the ability to reposition the combat tactics area they are currently in at the cost of 1 AP. Redeployment. Every time a combat tactics area is affected by a stratagem, all allies in that area gain 1 movement point for the following turn. Stacks with itself. Using a stratagem on the combat tactics area allows the Grand Strategist to use all officers' abilities on allies in the area regardless of distance. Ooh, I don't need to put voice of command on everyone all the time forever. As long as they're in my combat tactics zone. Ooh, that's actually sick. Love that for us. Abelard. We can go athletics here. Coerce is also good. It's by toughness. 140, 178. Or carouse, sorry. Not coercion. -140 is hilarious. Yeah, I think we go carouse on that. And here we go. We have all that. Beacon of Might. At the start of the Vanguard's turn, before their temporary wounds are lost, the Vanguard gains number of temporary wounds strength for 1 round. Does that tell me what it would be? No. What is his strength? Plus number of temporary wounds strength for 1 round. What is your strength? 70. There's no way, right? There's no way that works like that. Right? He gets 70 temporary wounds for 1 round? I'm gonna try it. That's so interesting. I doubt it works the way I want it to. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. And then he goes demolition, right? He also has a lot of coercion. His coercion is actually better than his demolition, but I kind of need him for demolition. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the demolition. And then, let's see here. Physical training. Equal to half his shield's block. He gains toughness equal to half his shield's block. What is his shield's block? Let me just look that up real quick. So your shield's block is 35%. So half of 35, that's around like, 17, I want to say. 17-ish. So he would get 17-ish what was it? Toughness? 17 toughness? That's quite a bit of health, honestly. So long as his wounds are more than 90%, they are immune to the following negative effects. Okay. Arbitrary attacks made on others' turns deal 13% more damage. The target of such an attack must pass a willpower resistance test or become immobilized for 1 round. If that's working the way I want it to, that's insane. Because it says on others' turns. So does that mean me giving him his extra AP to use? That's technically Wilbur's turn, which means he does 13% more damage, and everyone within that shotgun blast has to do a willpower resistance test or become immobilized. If that works the way I want it to, that's toit. Toit like a toiga. Let's go ahead and give you Xenos lore, I think, right? We're definitely going to need it in this fucking area. She already has Drukhari equipment, precise shots, sight. In my sights, getting the additional dodge reduction equal to ballistic skill. Her ballistic skill is super high, isn't it? 90? That's not as much as I thought it was, TBH. And probably not worth it. These are all bunny hunter, bounty hunter, Jesus Christ. Whenever the bounty hunter hits an enemy with an attack, they inflict the catch effect on that enemy. What is catch? At the start of the bounty hunter's turn, this target suffers a stacking negative, holy shit, penalty to their armor and dodge. Once the catch moves or suffers damage, the catch effect and penalties are removed. Critical chain, that sounds interesting. Kills an enemy with a critical hit. All allies within a 7-cell radius around the target gain critical hit chance until the end of combat. I think her crit chance is really high, and she do be getting a lot of crits. That's not very good. Pierce and Ruin. Enemy affected by piercing shot has their armor reduced by 9% until the end of combat. Stacks. I do use that piercing shot a lot, I think. If that's the one I'm thinking of. That's perfect shot, okay. Precise attack. Piercing shot. It is the one I was thinking of. I use that all the time. And if it's prey, it's always a critical hit. Ooh. That could be so good if we get both of those, dude. In fact, I think I take Critical Chain first and then go into Pierce and Ruin. Because we're going to get the benefits of that immediately, I think. Okay. So for now, let's go ahead and gather everyone up here. And your Haemonculus' minions, blah, 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 blah. Glado, are you coming, buddy? Oh, thank you. Let's go ahead and go here. We are going to talk to that dickhead a little bit more here. We are just going to look around. The mutilated bodies of prisoners. Epic. Love that. Cool. Dead things and stuffs.
None shall stand in my way.
This is the thing that we fought in the arena. Super cool. Hey, Cabela. Lovely to see you. How are you, girl? The floor of the cage is littered with corpses, their arms sticking out between the bars and their pale faces pressed against the cold metal. Above them stands Cabela, frozen between two female figures. She listens to their sinister whispers, her arms hanging limply. Aggressive, Cabela. Oh shit, they weren't fucking lying. You are nothing but a weapon designed to spill blood. You have no will of your own, and thus you cannot resist him. Admit it. Derisive? I don't know what that word means. He has sullied you, shattered you. You are unholy imitation. You should have accepted this by now. Examine the cage. Each corpse has 1 or 2 brutal, indisputable, lethal wounds, a pierced heart, a slashed throat, a black void instead of eye sockets. Each body, both living and dead alike, has some face. Cabela's face. Examine the figures standing next to her. Both figures have her face, and yet there's no mistaking one for the other. One of them is twisted into a still, mask-like grimace of loathing. It rasps as it ripping its own throat apart. You were created to serve as a tool. You do not have the capability to oppose the hand that commands you. That is why, sooner or later, you will succumb. The other wears a smile, but mocking and pained at once. Both mocking and pained at once. Like the first figure, this one seems unable to rid itself of its expression. You are ruined. That is why the Undying One refuses to take you away. Now you are prey for the wicked, their plaything. Awareness test. After getting a better look at the doppelgangers, you notice faint scars on their skin left by the scalpel that has transformed their appearance. Subtle as the sculptor's handiwork may be, it does not stand up to your scrutiny. 16 experience points. Beep blorp. Address the doppelgangers. You are fabrications. Who were you before the homunculus changed you? Why do you play along with his deception? We are her. We are shards of a soul that is crushed and cursed. Do you not recognize your servant in her new form, Damen? The wicked spawn never stops grinning brazenly. The other doppelganger grimaces angrily, nods at Cabela with contempt. Do you think she is cleaner than us, Damen? Damen? She is broken. Nothing could shake the Cabela you knew. Before you is a warped imitation of who she is, repulsive, tainted. What happened here? Stay away, Damen. I've been corrupted. The blasphemer said you were dead. This worthless blade had failed you, and all it could do was to break itself again against the bones of its enemies to wash away the shame. I fought them, I forced them to take my life, but the dark flesh carver, he committed an atrocity. He has spurned death itself. Whenever I receive a mortal wound, he would wrest my fading soul from his hands. He mended my wounds, made my heart beat once more, kindled my consciousness a moment before it could be extinguished forever. He did it again and again and again. And every time I found myself upon death's threshold, he claimed a part of my soul to create this. She gestures to her copies. Unhallowed replicas. My soul is mutilated, and I am a mockery of what I once was. And I can't fight, not anymore. Xenos lore, not even the most skillful among the blasphemous Xenos can fracture the soul of one of his servants. The homunculus is playing a mind game with Cabela by convincing her that his puppets are all part of her. In truth, it is merely an intricate deception. Gesture Cabela, I'm taking you away from here. Before Cabela can say anything, her furious copy hisses. You will not endanger the dolmen. You have been in the homunculus's hands for too long. You do not know how much control he has gained over you. What if you turn out to be his instrument and not that of the Damen in a critical moment? What if it is a trap, a poisoned gift? The other double laughs and points at the dead bodies. The true Cabela lies among these corpses. You are just her vestige. Her infinitesimal trace defiled by the Xenos. You are unclean, and now you would stain the Damen with your abominable essence. Cabela regards her copies in silence, then shakes her head heavily. They are right, I cannot go with you. It could be the homunculus's trap. Who can say? Perhaps I am not even the true Cabela. Merely a shard of her. Abandon me here. Save yourself. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. Shattered World. All characters except weapon skill. All characteristics except weapon skill are reduced by 10. The shock of Cabela suffered at Treventia's prisoner has left an indelible mark on her mind. It will take some time for his horror to fade away. No, we're not doing that. The Undying One is testing you, and what do? Show doubt in your disgrace and disgrace yourself? Trust me, I can see that you are the true Cabela, my devoted ally. Raise your voice at the doppelgangers. If you do not stop lying to her, I will show you that I know more about torture than Treventus. Treventus is toying with your mind. They are his fake creations, and your soul is untouched. He wants you to believe that he holds limitless power over you. Kill the 3 homunculus prisoners. I am granting you all the Emperor's peace. I will not soil my hands with you, unholy spawn. I order you to kill each other. We're gonna say we know her. Cabela grits her teeth and says with powerless anger, I trust you, Daman. I am your weapon. I am your blade unbroken. Even that butcher could not break me, and that means... The rage subsides, leaving naught but cold resolve in her voice. He cannot corrupt me. I am I, the second spinner of the blood-spun web, Cabela. Yeah, get him, girl. Hell yeah. Now get the fuck out of that cage and get in my party. The other 2 prisoners raise their weapons, but they do not possess even a tenth of the speed of a true death cultist. Cabela stares at you as if she does not recognize you, a trickle of blood running down her face. Can you feel it, Daman Wilbur? The shards have become whole. The torturous ringing is gone. Only silence remains. As for the wounds that this place has left, no matter. I am your blade once again, yearning for your command. Reunion. Cabela's here.
Victory
Yay!
awaits.
And she's unharmed. Excellent. Wait, what? Oh, I never leveled her up? To 36? Am I stupid? Did I level 36 while I've been here? And she's been out of my party? That's crazy. Anyway. Combat meditation. 15 willpower as long as they have no ranged weapon equips. Staffs do not count as ranged weapons. This character's critical hit chance and critical damage are increased by 5% of their dodge. Ooh. Her dodge is really good. 110%. What's 5% of 110%? 110. That's only 5.5. So her crit chance and crit damage will only go up by 5%. Maybe that's worth it? I don't know. We'll keep it in the back of mind. Death Dealer. Whenever they kill a first enemy in the round, the character immediately makes an additional attack against the closest enemy they can target with the same weapon if possible, using whichever attack costs the least AP. This attack deals 30% base damage with a 10% bonus for every difficulty tier of their first killed enemy. Is she... She's a bounty hunter? She's an executioner. Why did I think she was a bounty hunter? Of the first enemy killed. If the enemy was difficulty tier 1, this attack deals 40% damage in total. Okay. 10% per difficulty tier. Okay. But that's only for the first attack in a... Oh, in a round. Oh, okay. Not in the first round, in every round. At the top of the round. Whenever the character deals damage to an enemy, that enemy suffers +1 stack of the degraded defense effect for every 6 damage the character is dealt. Whenever the character's allies attacks that enemy, they deal an additional 1% damage per stack. Interesting. She's got a lot of offensive skills. Oh, that's right. These are all... What's vital points? Whenever the character scores a critical hit, they have a chance to increase their critical damage bonus by half. This chance is equal to blah, blah, blah. That'd be good. Unstoppable is pretty crazy. As long as this character wears light armor, their dodge is increased by 1% for every 3% of the item's armor bonus. Okay. So she does wear light armor, and that would give her 1% dodge for every 3% armor. And typically we're sitting around like 35? 35 divided by 3 is 11. So it would increase her dodge by 11? Roughly? That's crazy, actually. That's pretty sick. That might be good. Especially if we get that thing that... critical hit, the critical velocity. I think we take the critical velocity for now. And then next we take up that tricky defense. That could be good. Whenever the character loses wounds, their next melee attack gains +1 damage for every 2 wounds the character has lost stacks. Now hold up there. Because we have an attack that does damage to us. Oh, that's a... it's this one, right? No. Pain Resonance. Is this it? No. What is the one that deals wounds? Replaces 28 of their wounds with the same number of temporary wounds until the end of combat. While the executioner has temporary wounds, all of their melee attacks and damage over time effects deal an additional 28%. That's insane. Why have I not been using that? That's actually crazy. But does that count as losing wounds? Because it says it replaces their wounds with temporary wounds. And then I have other abilities that give people temporary wounds, do I not? I can't recall. I cannot recall. That's all stupid. Yeah, no. I guess that is the one I was thinking of, but I guess I didn't realize that it turns it into temporary wounds, so that's unfortunate. That might not work as intended here. So let's just take the critical velocity here. Oh, hold up. After an ally takes an extra turn provided by the character... Oh, never mind. The ally gains 7 armor, 7 dodge, and 3 movement points until the end of combat does not stack. The ally does that. Do I have that on Wilbur? I better fucking have that on Wilbur. That's crazy. I'm checking that right now. Hold up. I didn't take that on Wilbur. I took the eager subordinates. Fuck. And I don't get that again. Until when? Is it this? No. No. It's here. I can get attention. So 3 more levels before I can get that. Because that's awesome. That's actually sick as fuck. That's incredible. Trying to see if there's anything else with that same... No. Vital points? Have a chance to increase... Okay, yeah. Firebrand. If an extra turn given by this character's ability or talents grant MP, target gains 4 additional MP. If AP, the target gains 1 additional AP. No, I think the attention is way better than that. Okay, oh well. So let's go ahead and go here. I'm sorry this is taking so long. I really just want to level up these people properly and not regret any of my actions here. Just straight up additional weapon scored bonus damage. 5 plus weapons bonus? What's her weapons bonus? Weapon skill is plus 6. That'd be 11% damage, essentially. Right? The hell was I looking at? Fuck, what actually was I looking at? Oh well, I don't think we're taking it regardless. Just a flesh wound. Crimson Tide. We don't really use the Bloodstained and Blood Blessed effects to their extremes. Allies deal % more damage to enemies if both the ally and their target stand in a blood-covered cell. Again, not really useful. Whenever they score a 10%, whenever they score a critical hit, there's a 10% chance to double the damage. Not that good. Now, is there anything that enhances dodge? Their next attack deals 10% damage if they lose wounds. If the loss causes the Blade Dancer to suffer an injury or trauma, the bonus becomes 20%. Melee area attack costs 1 less AP. Parry is increased by toughness %. The attacker's melee critical hit chance bonus determined by the differences between the attacker's and the Blade Dancer's weapon skill characteristics is halved. That went right over my fucking head. I'll be dead ass. I wasn't really paying attention when I read that out loud. Shadow Dancer, as long as the Blade Master has less than 50% wounds, they gain 12% dodge and 3 MP. Blade Dancer also gains 8% dodge and 2 MP for every unconscious ally in combat. So that's not really... That's not something I want. If they kill with an attack of opportunity, they immediately gain 1 death from above. Okay. Escape Artist? Oh, here we go. Whenever the Blade Dancer dodges an attack made by an enemy who attacks them for the first time, the Blade Dancer gains +1 charge of death from above. Bloody Rush. Whenever the Blade Dancer uses an ability that costs wounds, they gain 3 MP in that current turn. Resolve. Weapon skill increased by agility bonus. As long as they have 2 swords equipped. That's not bad. I don't know what her agility bonus is. Will it tell me? No. But agility... agility is the one that increases dodge, right? Dodge chance. So maybe we should be pumping agility here if we get the chance. And I immediately forgot the fucking talents I took already. The critical velocity there. And then we were looking at this one, right? Am I crazy? Dude, I'm absolutely stupid. Because what is this? Yeah, we didn't take these. Okay, so we got to choose another one anyway. So we get another one of these regardless. Attacks made with sword. Do additional agility bonus. Oh, percentage additional damage is crazy. Is doubled if using a two-handed sword. That's cool. That'd actually probably be good for Abelard. Dance partners is pretty good, but weapon skill is not really an issue right now. Their Medicaid is now determined by their weapon skill instead of their intelligence. If their weapon skill is higher, the Blade Dancer deals more critical damage per Medicaid and can use medkits as if having Medicaid skill, advancement, or the corresponding feature or talent. Ooh. I don't know if she can use medkits, right? And what's her intelligence compared to... Her intelligence is 35, which gives a +3, whereas her weapon skill is a 60, which is a +6. And her Medicaid is 80. And I do think that she can use medkits, right? Yeah, she's stacked with medkits. Duh. Oh my god, and she kept all her gear, too. Holy shit. I'm so glad I don't have to deck her out in more shit. Because goddamn, that would be another 20 minutes of the fucking episode. I'm just trying to find a fucking skill that I want here. I mean, that's good. Whenever she dodges an attack by an enemy who attacks them for the first time... Oh, damn it. I was just like, ooh, but... Nah, that one's not good. The Blade Dancer gains +3 weapon skill and +3 agility for every injury they are currently suffering, and 10 weapon skill and 10 agility for every trauma, which we don't want to have in general. Okay. Whenever the Blade Dancer uses an ability that costs wounds, they gain half of those wounds spent as temporary wounds. The number of temporary wounds gained cannot be decreased by effects that reduce the cost of abilities. Interesting. Targets affected by captive audience have their armor, dodge, and parry reduced by a bunch. Till the end of combat, this penalty is doubled for the targets failing the ability's toughness resistance test. Ooh, that's actually really good. Deals double damage when enemies are less than 50% wounds is also really good. But Death from Above doesn't do that much damage. Right? Upon landing, they deal agility bonus plus weapon skill bonus damage to all adjacent enemies. So that's literally 3 + 6. So 9 damage is not a lot when we're dealing with people upwards of 200 health. Honestly. If all the strikes made as part of a blade dance are directed against the same target, the last strike deals double damage. But blade dance doesn't do that much either. It's 2 plus agility divided by 4. Agility was... No, it wasn't 3, was it? That would suck. Each dealing 50% normal damage. Yeah. I'm not finding anything good here. Blade Dancer has killed 4 enemies in total. The next ability, which requires spinning wounds, will not cost any wounds and instead restore 15 wounds. Pretty crazy if we were going for that kind of build. Less than 50% wounds is not good. Acrobatic artistry, their dodge and cover efficiency are increased by 5 plus agility bonus. Does it tell us her agility bonus? No, it doesn't. Fuck. Until the end of their next turn, this bonus is doubled against all attacks made by enemies during the Blade Master's turn, including extra turns. When she parries an attack, the number of attacks made by the next Blade Dance is increased by 1. This effect stacks up to the agility bonus times. She do be parrying quite a bit, though. I think I take that. That's actually insane. I think I take that. Yeah, we might actually have found one here. And then for this... So 115 to athletics. Which isn't very useful for me right now. It's very illogical, ironically. Does have a lot of Medicaid. I think we make her a healer for now. And we have another one here. This is different. This one is all different. Hold up. So we have these, which I don't think I'm going to take. Crimson Tide, I don't want to take. Dance of Blood, I don't want to take. These all are executioner stuff. If they're suffering from damage over time effects, the suffering from bleeding, burning, and toxin at the same time, all these damage over time effects deal 30% more damage to that enemy. Interesting. If the enemy is suffering from any of the executioner's damage over time effects. Okay. Okay, so as long as one of her DOTs are on the enemy, everyone else's DOTs do 30% more damage. If I'm reading that correctly. Well, as long as all three of them are. I don't think I have anyone that can put burning on someone. I think bleeding and toxic we have, but burning we do not. Shit. That could be real good, though, if you're going for a dot build. At the start of each round, all enemies suffering from any damage over time effects inflicted by the Executioner have their incoming damage over time from any source increased by 20% stacks. That could be interesting. So at the start of the round, anyone that's got dots on them from the Executioner have their incoming damage over time from any source increased by 20%. Interesting. While moving, all bleeding enemies leave a bloody trail on the ground, which remains for 1 round. Moving through these costs 0 MP. Whenever the enemy suffering from toxin inflicted by the Executioner dies, all enemies within a 2-cell radius around them suffer 3 levels of toxin. But they have to die from the poison, right? Oh, no, they don't have to die to the poison. It's just if they die. And she has that... She has that blade that does poison damage. That blade does do poison damage. That could be interesting. We'll put that on there and just keep looking. Scourging Strikes? I don't even know what that is. Executioner's melee attacks inflict levels of bleeding on all targets hit. Do I have that? This effect is applied after all other effects from the attack are applied. Do I have Scourging Strikes? Is that one of my abilities here? I'm not seeing it here. Surely it wouldn't let me pick it if I didn't have it, right? I don't have Merciless Verdict. Do I have... I don't want to take this and then not have it. 15 levels of bleed on the target instead of 9? That's not what I was looking at. Is it? Yeah, this is what I was looking at. Melee critical hits. Okay. Dots inflicted by Executioner gain additional 20% critical hit chance. This chance is increased by all bonuses to critical hit chance. That's crazy. First instance of damage dealt by the Executioner Demon over time affected round is reduces the inflicted enemy's armor by 13% until the end of combat. This effect can be inflicted on multiple enemies per round, but only once per enemy. Stacks. How does that stack if you can only do it once per enemy? Okay, let me read that again, because from what I'm understanding it, so her first instance of dot in the round reduces the enemy's armor by 13% for the entire combat. This effect can be inflicted on multiple enemies per round, but only once per enemy. So it's saying that I can hit as many people as I can, which could be interesting for her if she's just running around tagging people. And then they all get reduced 13 armor. And in the next round, hit them all again, and that's another 13 armor. I don't know. We have a lot of anti-armor abilities, so I don't know if that's super worth it. Whenever an enemy is in a 4-cell radius around the Executioner suffers damage from damage over time effect, the Executioner regains 2 wounds. Holy shit, that's actually really good. That's actually crazy. The fuck? That's actually insane. At the start of their turn, the enemy suffering from burning inflicted by the Executioner must make a willpower resistance test. If failed, the burning is removed and the enemy falls prone until the start of the next turn. Okay. Armor is increased by 10 just straight up. Damage dealt by dots is increased by 4% for every negative 10% penalty to armor suffered by a target, but from any source. So that could actually be good. This could stack with the fragile playthings really well if you took both of those. Reckless Abandon? What is Reckless Abandon again? That's the one that replaces my wounds with temporary wounds. What the fuck was I looking at? Reprieve. If she used Reckless Abandon the previous round, and by the start of this turn still has temporary wounds, they are healed for 16 wounds. That's pretty good too. Because I'm going to start using that ability a lot more. Each adjacent creature counts as 2 for the purpose of calculating the bonuses granted by Gift of Torment. Until the start of their turn, the Executioner gains bonuses to their parameters for each creature, enemy, or ally in combat suffering from the following damage over time effects. So she gets armor per creature, she gets dodge per creature if they're burning, which, fuck. Wish I could get that. But I don't have anything burning. Enemy suffering from dots inflicted by the Executioner also suffer 9 penalty to resistance tests. Whenever the enemy suffering from any Executioner dots dodges the Executioner's attack, all damage over time effects currently inflicted on that enemy now additional 10%. And just 18% Xenos lore. I think we're going to stick with the Invigorating Screams here. Just if anybody suffers dot damage within a 4-cell radius of me, I get 2 wounds. Not bad. Boy, howdy, was that a long fucking level up process, and I'm sorry if you hated that, but you probably are not watching by now. If so, you probably are already gone, so thanks for anyone who stuck around for that. My bullshit just reading skills and shit. But Cabela's fine. We are going to go ahead and talk to this guy again next episode. See if we can't cure the ruined bond here from Glado. Maybe fix Glado, and that restores the ruined bond here. Reduces characters' fellowship, but increases their strength. But strength is only melee weapon damage, right? Yeah. He doesn't need strength. He'll take the fellowship if he can. So I think next time we talk to him, we see if we can heal Glado, and then after that, we're going to go ahead and continue on. Hopefully we can get Cassia out of here somehow. I don't know where she is. We're going to be exploring this place a lot more. We're going to be getting all the goodies in this place. And then after that, I guess it's to the arena, because I don't know what else to do, but I'll see you in the next one.